others' peoples, children and grandchildren, can live in freedom and access opportunity.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. We had a couple glitches there. But just that was a fluff part of the speech. But it was something that I think a U.S. president needed to say, because that was also a message kind of to the world. Like, he reminded us why Afghanistan mattered. He kind of reminded them why we mattered. A little bit. It was an interesting thought. But you had something you wanted to continue with before the break.
Well, let's go with this. We'll get into that.
Okay.
But this will work. I like the point where he says, we've been in charge and you guys have honestly been pretty crappy to us.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for us, there's a lot of stuff that I don't even want to fathom what would have happened. And honestly, he's voicing what's kind of becoming to me what I believe, and I kind of am starting to see in the American populace, that we're kind of getting sick of just getting the raw end. We're paying for everything.
Yep.
We're doing everything. If it wasn't for us, you wouldn't be here, And honestly, I'm getting kind of sick of it. I'm getting sick of shelling out all of our money and all of our stuff to protect the world. Honestly, my country first, and the rest of you guys can have second. I don't, so oftentimes we think we have to police the world and we have to be in charge of everything, and we have to be the country that leads the world. And I honestly foresee a future in our lives where that's not going to be the case, where we just get sick of providing for everybody and we're just going to say, sorry, see ya. And the world's going to realize, oh crap, we're in a lot of trouble.
Well, it's a legitimate point to make. And we've done so much for the world. There is no question there's never been an empire that has devoted so much of its own wealth to charity and just giving everything to other nations. And we've created some very interesting ways to kind of dominate the world without actually dominating it. The UN, NATO. The World Bank, things that he named enforce our beliefs on the world, and they solidify our beliefs and force a lot of other nations to go abide by them. But we're not conquering them, and we're not making all their decisions for them. So it's just kind of like we've almost figured out a way to innovate having an empire. Because we've accumulated more wealth than any other nation in the history of the world. And what we had right before the stock market kind of fell apart last year might be as much wealth as a nation will ever accumulate, because we're going down from excess. And like he said, as billions come up from poverty, that's our money that's going to them. Wealth will be spread around the world as other nations get wealthier. We might have peaked it. That's something
that's
to
a scary
consider.
Thought.
That's something to consider.
That's true. It's something to consider. It's very scary.
Yeah.
Like to know that that would be the max. I don't know. That's mind-boggling.
Yeah, but all right.
But
let's go into what you want to say.
Let's get away from this whole what could happen, and let's go to what is happening and what will happen and what needs to happen. If this surge in troops in Afghanistan is going to work, President Obama had mentioned this, but I think it didn't get enough emphasis. We need help. We can't win this war by ourselves. We need our NATO allies to finally pick up some of their slack. We provide for them all the time, yet they're kind of cautious always to help us. We don't have enough resources. And, well, that's not really an excuse anymore. This matters to the world. To get these people out of here, we're going to make the world a safer place. NATO needs to step up. UN needs to start sending more help. I'm not saying that they're not doing it, but they need to pick up some slack, and we need help doing this. It's for the good of everybody, I think.
Well, what's interesting is, he called on fellow NATO nations. It got a huge response from Europe, very positive, the speech that he gave last night, but not very many people, not very many countries, sound like they're going to increase their troops with us. And there's been a lot of hesitation. And what just popped up on one of our tickers is Secretary of Defense Robert Gates, said that the deadline may move. So it's only been a day, and it's kind of, they're backtracking on the one extremely controversial thing where they've been left with absolutely no party backing them. So I agree. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I guess I don't have anything other to add to this besides, Never mind. It's just too abstract tonight to matter. Let's just go to another song, and we'll come back with something.
Yes,
What's the one you wanna come
Senator
back?
Chuck Grassley says it's okay for Republicans to lie as long as Democrats do too. So we'll be back right after that. All right, welcome back. Our next topic here, we have Senator Chuck Grassley made just a little quick response, but it was actually at the bottom of the story, and I was really surprised it landed down there. KCRG TV, a local news station out of Cedar Rapids, has a story up on their website about a fellow Republican. It was Oklahoma Senator Tom Coburn said Tuesday that seniors are going to die sooner because of the health reform bill, because it's going to mean their Medicare cuts will be cut. And then Grassley responded with, "Well, I disagree with that, but then he says." I just want to say this very accurately. He says, however, he said it's okay for Coburn to make that statement because Democrats, quote, are making statements that are inaccurate. So he just says, he just kind of pretty much says, if the Democrats say something ridiculous, we can also say something ridiculous. But I also can't believe this next part. He says that the occasional bursts of graveyard discourse, which is, just the bowl that they throw out in the way is not getting in the way of a productive debate. And I honestly cannot believe he said that last part, because I could not disagree more. So first of all, do you agree, or do you understand what he's saying here?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with him that if a Republican makes a ridiculous statement, it's okay to have a Democrat make a ridiculous statement,
And vice versa?
Yeah. Are you okay with that? If everybody's lying, do you fight fire with fire?
See, I don't know if he meant it that way. Like, what I think of what he was trying to, I think he was trying to say, take it on the same. I don't even know what he's going to say now. The more you say it,
that's why I asked are you sure do you understand what he's saying? Because I'm hoping I misunderstood.
See, I think he means that towards media coverage. The way I took it is like in a media coverage respect, like if they're gonna, make up some BS and then we make up some BS, they expect it to be covered the same way. Like, you can't present the Democrats, their BS as fact and then just say, look at this ridiculous claim. See, that's how I took it. Was it more of like a media coverage kind of thing? But the more you say it, the more it sounds like fight fire with fire.
I was gonna say, I don't see that. I see it. I don't agree that that's what he's saying. I think he is trying to say, well, it's okay because they're being ridiculous, so we can lie too. And it's not, the BS, because if it is the BS thing, then how can it not hinder a productive debate?
No, I agree that if BS does this whole mudslinging and throwing out random facts that are skewed and stuff like that, that doesn't help a debate at all. What is he doing? Is he trying to not get reelected? I mean, that was
a bad.
Who's his campaign manager? That
statement.
Was stupid.
It was a very
Sorry, Chuck, but that was a dumb thing to say, man.
It was at the bottom of the story. I would have led with it. So I'm really surprised, because I think that was that. See, that's why I wonder if I'm misinterpreting maybe the reporter, or there's just a bias going on. So they put it at the bottom. But
not that it's like just a 20-page article. It's about a quarter of a page.
That's true. It's very short.
I don't know, man. I
think it obstructs the
I
debate.
really hope
You shouldn't be doing things.
I really hope he just said something
on
wrong.
Purpose.
I just hope he meant it in a different way. I really hope that's not the actual opinion of our lawmakers on Capitol Hill, because if it is, we are in a load of trouble.
But if you're purposely misconstruing this debate, nobody understands what's really going on. I can't understand why you would ever say, because he does say that. That is, I am not misinterpreting the line, is not getting in the way of a productive debate. I'm not unless the reporter got that wrong, because that's not quoted by Grassley. That's the reporter's interpretation. But that is absolutely outrageous, because if you are going to make one of the largest pass one of the largest legislative and most comprehensive bills in American history, and you're going to do it with mudslinging and lies, and the people who are going to be affected by it have no idea what's going on, it's just ridiculous. So that's just mine. If you would like, you can take us into our next topic. I think we're just beating a dead horse here.
Yep. Okay, let's go to something we can actually debate instead of just throwing out, speculation.
Sorry.
No, I wasn't accusing you.
I was doing a Marcus hypothetical.
No, I know. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm just saying there's just nothing to go on there. But it's interesting.
There are
Yeah.
straight quotes.
Yeah,
I would say
I'm not